Hey, IDS 302. Welcome to Module 5. I am not wearing my AirPods today because I don't feel like it. And I want to talk about, let's see, Module 5 goes from Module 5 is the second last module, okay, from April 11th to April 17th. So let me get started here. The readings this week are Chapter 12, The Value of Interdisciplinary Studies, approximately 5 pages. And then chapters 13, 14, and 15 is about 28 pages. Now, when I say 13, 14, 15 separately, I mean, take a look at them. If they don't resonate with you for whatever reason, yes, you can pass on that, but there's some good information. It's easy reading. But I think chapter 12 is really important, okay? Then you need to read Benson's 5 arguments against IDS. That's attached in the learning materials. And so there I want you to look at what Thomas Benson says. He's playing devil's advocate here, and he's talking about what's wrong with IDS and why it doesn't get respect or whatever. And it's a classic, and it's something that you should read. It's only 7 pages. Then read Newell's response. Bill Newell is one of the founders of the Association of Interdisciplinary Studies, and this is about 14 pages. His response to Benson, he goes through a point by point, and these are great for your own toolkit of IDS, so that when you go and do your elevator pitch, you go and do your job interviews, and or you just explaining it to the family at a reunion, what the heck is interdisciplinary studies? That you can take the criticisms, the critiques, you can take the arguments against that, and you can feel even more pride. There's the yawn. So what I'm going to do is change Easter egg. No, I'm not going to change Easter egg number 1. Easter egg number 1 is capitalized disciplines. I'm saying that because I went through the quizzes that were turned in, and overall, decent. I think some people still need to be reminded about capitalize the disciplines. Make sure it's a discipline. Some things are not a discipline. Just because it's a word or a concept doesn't mean it's a discipline. Remember what a discipline is. That should be from your 301. It's a separate box, separate silo of knowledge, theory, concept, all in this discipline. Okay? If you can't get a degree in it, it's not a discipline. Okay? So remember that, to capitalize them. It's like you hear this photo where it didn't happen. Capitalize, or it's not a discipline. Why am I yawning? I had 8 hours of sleep. Okay, I'm boring myself. Anyways, that's important. Those things are important. Also, let me go back to that quiz very quickly here. Looking at the Module 4 quiz. I thought I'd just go this way backwards, but it's taking forever. It says, I know I said download and complete. The questions are right there. Unfortunately, 3 disciplines was in question 2, but the attachment said 2 disciplines. I didn't dock anybody for that. However, question 1, without worrying about funding or access to a place, demographic information, or anything, what would be the ideal research project for you? Why? Using disciplines and some of the terminology, concept, and ideas from Tanner chapters 6, 7, and 8. Identify, describe, and explain which research methodology, design, or process would work best in your dream research scenario. This should not be about research you have chosen for this class, etc. So first of all, I want to say, just because I said use disciplines meant that there's a lot of disciplines to choose from that you could use. It doesn't mean it's an interdisciplinary research question for this class. This class, I just decided on 3 disciplines. Interdisciplinary means 2 or more, right? I decided on 3 because 4 was too many and 2 was not enough. So if you gave me 3, it just seemed like you were just copying what we're doing now, and that's lacks academic rigor. I was extremely disappointed in the fact that so many people did not use any terminology, concepts, or ideas from Tanner's chapter 6, 7, and 8. They did not use research methodology, design, or even a process. They made it up out of whole cloth. And if that was you, then that was you. Just take the hit. But here's what I'm going to do. For those of you who want 5 extra points on your Easter eggs, when you email me your Easter eggs, you include a picture of yourself with your book, either here or the digital version or what have you. Because I'm not sure everybody has it. So if you don't, I assume you don't have it. But, just want to see it. You got 5 extra points. If you're not using it, that's another problem. But it just kind of irritates me that, just because there's a lot of words and a lot of things going on, but you didn't use anything from the text. It's like going to college again. But I told my sons, you're not going to college, not going to university to take 4 years to tell people what you learned the first 18 years of your life or what have you. You're there to take the experience, take the current experience, the new knowledge, apply it, and get better. I had 51 years, 52 years of experience before I went to college. I still had to learn new things. I didn't go to college saying, oh, I know everything already. Just give me the degree, I'm paying for it. Okay, so if that's why you're here, you're going to be disappointed. You'll probably give me a really crappy evaluation saying how rude I am or how unfair I am or what have you, and that's fine, because I would rather have your honesty. I'd like to have your honesty during the course instead of anonymously at the end of it. But I like to have academic standards. Maybe you run into a lot of instructors that don't really care, and they've probably lost their passion for what they do. They have a lot of apathy. They don't care. It's a paycheck, it's a retirement plan, and get the hell out. I don't buy that. I started this late in life. I don't have a retirement plan except to keep working until I'm not lucid anymore. So, I'm on my soapbox. So, many of you are doing a great job in terms of applying concepts and things and learning something new and applying it. But if you're just going by what you knew coming in and think that's enough, well, then I'm not going to own that. That's something you have to own on your own, okay? It's the same about papers, okay, that are due. Now, it's Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. If you're just starting your step 3, don't expect to get a good score. Don't expect me to be flexible. Okay? Just because it popped up on the calendar, oh, now I got to do step 3. It's a semester project. You should be working 17 to 19 hours a week on this class. Don't believe me? Google anything. Google a 300 level course, 3-credit course, university. How many hours a semester should you put in? And it'll say approximately 130. If you divide 130 by 7.5 weeks, you get 17 1/3 hours per week total. So, in my opinion, you should be doing 16 hours a week on every 3-credit class. If you're not, that's not realistic. I get it. Life hammers and throws a lot at you. You made choices. You can't come in here and think this choice is going to be the freebie and everything else is not. So if you're not starting your step 3 until Sunday, don't ask for extension. Don't ask. If something happens, that's your issue. You didn't have anything going for you between when we started this module, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're just going to start it on Sunday. It's disappointing to say the least, but I'm just going to get off my dad's soapbox here. I'm sorry about that. So I said Easter egg number 1 was capitalized discipline. So the survey link, I put out those survey videos. Are they still there? Let me check because nobody's watched them yet. Yes, they are. Look at the YouTube links to DIY survey videos. You'll be getting to that now soon, I hope. And I threw a lot of videos at you lately. Okay, I threw module 4. I threw how to use the ASU library and get sources. I threw at you the annotated bibliography one that's in the learning pages. I threw at you the YouTube, my videos that tell you, demonstrate to show you how to create a survey, your survey. Okay, I did those. There's 2 of those, and now there's this one. So you've had like 5 videos this week. That is overwhelming, but I'm hoping that it helps you to get your keep the momentum going, keep it going in the right direction, less spinning your wheels, more productivity and efficiency, and a better score at the end of the day. So be sure you're looking at those. It's on the announcement page. I know the first one I sent didn't have the attachment with it. I believe the attachments, they are on the announcements page, but I know in the email announcement, the second one, they should be in there as well. So you have a couple different places. There's part 1 and part 2, and there is Easter egg points available there as well. So be sure to watch the survey video. Then you want to get your survey link posted. Now that's, let's see here, survey link, module 5. That's due on the 15th, which is Friday. You should have your survey links posted. I'd like you to send them to me first before posting them. If you post it and it's not good, I'm going to try to put a stop to it. You can't use it. Follow the directions. Otherwise, there's certain violations of a quantitative survey that could happen that I have to stop you in your tracks before you do it. Okay? So make sure. I would say it's due on Friday. Should you do it Friday afternoon? Take a risk. Well, I might be in bed by the time you send it. If you post it, you're on your own. Stay ahead of the game. Don't procrastinate. Questions about your survey, let me know. But I explain it on the video, and that's due on Friday. The survey link's worth 20 points to add in, but it's the basis of your data that you're accumulating. So make sure it's done well. Then you got a discussion board regarding the Newell and Benson documents that you're going to read. And what I want you to do here is becoming an interdisciplinarian. I want you to use both of those papers to answer those 4 questions, okay? And read the directions, okay? Because I'm really clear that I don't want to read them here because I'm just reading what you're going to read, right? All right, so take a look at that. Let me know if you have any questions. The discussion board, it is 40 points for the post and 5 points each for 2 responses. That all must be in before the due date on Saturday, so get something in early again, okay? Let's see, where are we at now? All right, number 2, regarding your survey, Easter egg number 2 is hot link your survey. Hot link your survey and sources, I should say, because in your paper, when you have sources in your works cited list, they need to be hot linked. Your survey, when you post it, needs to be hot linked. That means when you copy and paste the link, you have to hit enter. When you hit enter, it heats it up there. It makes it hot. It makes people allow you to click on it to open it. If you don't do it, people got to copy it perfectly, paste it in a different page. Inconvenient for you and for everybody else that's doing yours, okay? I want those surveys in there by Friday, because what I'm going to do then Saturday is I'm going to send out an announcement to everybody in the class asking them to do everybody's survey, okay? I also want you, don't depend on this though, because I usually get a horrible response, which is very disappointing. Everybody's in it for themselves. Please help your classmates. Do each other's surveys. And then send it out to your family, your friends, post it, what have you. Get responses. Like I said, I like to get 50. 40, I'm still okay with. 30, 20, less than 20, you didn't even try. Seriously. You need to monitor it. You need to check it on a daily basis, see how you're doing, see if you need to address anything. Now, I have a couple other classes that I may send it to. I don't know yet, but don't count on that, because this isn't a survey of ASU students. It's a survey of random adults. So let's find some random adults, and we can use the class also. All right. Step 4 then. Okay, so here's where we're getting into more of the research now. We've done the describing the problem, or introducing the complex problem, number 1. The second one, we justified it as interdisciplinary by making sure that it's complex, talking about some of the background on it and what we're going to do with it. Step 3, we're looking at research that came before us. We're looking at an annotated bibliography because that research informs the current study, which is your study. It informs it, it challenges it, it supports it, it goes against it. This is what research does, and I know like I said, we're learning the basic. But remember, research can be done in a myriad of ways with methods and concepts and drivers, what drives it, and how to get the data. We are doing it this way. It has specific parameters, requirements, formatting, okay? So, step 4 now, we're getting into critically analyze common disciplinary insights and patterns of connections. So that means we're going to look at patterns, connections, and common ground that we can integrate, and we're going to look at areas of conflict that butt, and then we're going to figure out a new understanding and potential resolutions, okay? And then you're going to talk about your primary data collection and analyses, which isn't done yet, but it's a preview to that. Look at step 4 sample. Okay, it's 8 pages. If anybody knows how long these should be. So there's a restatement of purpose. I have these subsections listed, okay? Restatement of purpose, ethics, then you get a perspective of each discipline as it pertains to your research. This is ethics, nutrition, and sustainability on here. Then she talks about the patterns, connections, and common ground through ethics. Now here's what I'm saying, we chose 3. This is why. If I chose 2, remember we're integrating disciplines. Interdisciplinary is 2 or more. So if we use 2 to integrate, we would only be able to look at the common connections between these 2 and the conflict between these 2. It's not enough. If we did 4, we'd have to do the connections and conflicts between this one and this one, 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 this one and this one. That's too many. But 3 is the sweet spot. We're going to do this one and this one, this one and this one, and this one and this one. That's why there's 3 sets. There's 3. Okay? When you look at this sample, you see patterns, connections, common ground, you'll notice they've got ethics and nutrition together. Then they got nutrition and sustainability together. And then they have, hold on, nutrition perspective, sustainability perspective, ethics and nutrition, ethics and ethics and nutrition, ethics and sustainability, and nutrition and sustainability. There it is. Okay, those 3. And then conflict, they got ethics and nutrition, ethics and sustainability, and nutrition and sustainability. You see that? So they're talking about what common ground. Where can we, from the text you were reading about connection, right? You're reading about those terms. There were so many of them in regards to hugging and backwards reaching transfer and forward reaching transfer, near transfer, far transfer. Those are important concepts, and they are the meat and potatoes. By the way, I just went on a plant-based diet this week, and I am feeling like $1 million. Just to let you know. Watch The Game Changers on Netflix. Man. So that's the essence of integrative research. There's got to be something, right? Otherwise, we're just wasting time and using 3 disciplines, and what the heck? We got to integrate here somewhere. And this is where it happens. When you look at how your disciplines connect and how they conflict. Okay, for an example. Okay, let's talk about business and sustainability. Business, on one hand, is the essence of business is about growth, profit, shareholders, stakeholders, product, marketing. Sustainability is about benevolent, forward-looking, saving the world. They kind of butt in those ideals, right? So where's common ground between those 2? Well, maybe the popularity of a product and the popularity of sustainability could meet and integrate. so that the popularity of the concept and the ideals of sustainability can be found in a product which advances business. It's what we're doing in this culture now, aren't we, in many ways? So think about where these things butt up against each other. Think about where they come together. Okay? Ethics and sustainability, like it's here. Okay? Ethical viewpoints of vegetarian or vegan diets may focus directly on the food issue and how to provide a more holistic system of agriculture. So they're together. These are connections, ethics and sustainability. Okay? So look at this sample. This takes some writing, but you have something to write about. I'm not just making you make work. I'm having you write about something. And then you're going to the new understandings of potential resolution should be a beefy paragraph about what you just found out. What did you learn about these things? And then you're going to rehash your primary data collection analysis. You're going to go over your step 1 again. You're going to go over your step 2. You're just going to kind of review them. You're going to look at your step 3 again. You're going to look at this step 4, and then you're going to take the step 5, which is coming up, and what you're going to do, okay? And then you can talk about your survey that's going to happen that hasn't happened yet. But follow this, and you'll be okay. You will. You'll be okay. Then you've got a works cited list. That should be in alphabetical order. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sources. I think that's minimal, okay? Because you figure there's 3 different comparisons and 3 different conflicts, 3 different common ground. So that means they only use maybe 1 per section. So that's minimal, all right? But I'm excited because now we're getting there. In fact, with step 4, and with the rest of this course ending on the 29th, let's go to the month. So here we are at the 10th, and then we're going to the 29th. So here's the good news. Here's the good news. I'm preaching today. Get your surveys done. Like I said, we need to get them out. The longer we can keep them in circulation, the more data we'll get. But I'm going to work backwards here. Let me just say that your final project is due on the 29th, the final paper. That's the last day of class. So I recommend you getting in earlier because there's no redos. And if you get in after 11:59, it's over. So April 29th, all right? So that means there are 18 days till then. So I'm going to split this up a little bit. So you're going to have until next Tuesday, the 19th, to get step 4 in. But here's my deal. If you submit step 4 on Tuesday, there are no redos. No time for it. If you submit it Saturday or Sunday or Monday and it doesn't look that great, I'll give you a chance to redo. Correct it, fix it, modify it. So if you submit it on the day it's due, then you submit it the day it's due. You're confident in it, go for it. That's fine. But if you want a chance to fix anything, then submit it before Tuesday. That's my deal to you, okay? Because that'll allow you then, because you're going to have to compile your data and get to step 5. I'll still put out the final video next week on the 17th. It probably won't be the final one the way we're going here, but let me know if you have any questions. I'm excited that we're coming down the stretch, and we do have a good chunk of time left. Even though I just said that, I regret it because then it gives you more time to go snowboarding or something. So remember formatting, okay? Remember double line spacing, Times New Roman, 12-point font, paragraphs, not just one big shot, paragraphs. And I get ripped on this all the time in evaluations that I make formatting so important. Well, that's the academic world. Welcome to it. It's not about just slapping down words on a page. This isn't a refrigerator with alphabet magnets all over it. This is scholarly work done in scholarly fashion based on a particular formatting method, APA. There's also APA, there is also MLA, and there's also Chicago style that are legitimate ones. This class is doing APA, and no one's asked me to do anything different. That's the way it is, okay? I mean, take it as a badge of honor that you're working through something, accomplishing something. Not just taking out a loan or making payments on something that you think is going to be in exchange for some of those back there. Nice, huh? Okay, so 25 minutes. Yes! Earn your points. Okay, Easter egg number 3. Remember all those videos I did. Please, watch them. Contact me with questions. Contact me by email. Don't leave me comments in the assignment. I'll never see them. They don't tell me they're there. Email me. Set up a call. All is good. By the way, if I send you brief one-word responses to your email, I'm not trying to be rude. It means I'm either at the gym or driving or doing something where I just say, no, yes, I want to get that answer back to you, okay? And you might have the question and a whole bunch of writing, but then I'm going to say no. I'm going to say yes, okay? I'm not extrapolating on that, okay? So if you have another follow-up, let me know. Otherwise, I just want to get something back to you. You'll notice it'll probably say sent by my iPhone, right? So forgive me for that. I'm not trying to be rude, okay? Guys are doing great. Gals are doing great. And Easter egg number 3 is follow the sample. Follow the sample. Forks up. Peace.